What is going on? I'm Zedmont, back in action. Left Boom Beach for 35 straight hours, which was a great feeling, but it also came back with like 8 minutes to go in operations. Big week for me. Lots and lots of not Boom Beach things. This is my warship at the moment. Jumped into 7 engine rooms, and this is the tech path that I went. I don't know if this is the right path. I have not done enough 7 engine room attacks to give you any sort of details, and I kind of went a surprising path to me anyways. As you can see, I don't have that troop damage. Also, I went for a second critter launcher. I might regret that later on. We shall find out. Anyways, first I went this way to get the sky shield. The reason for that is every base that I was trying to copy without having any context had a sky shield, so I went that way. And then I'm just going around the outside, round the outside, round the outside. So the other thing that's been calling my name in a big way is that Doom Cannon and or Grappler back in there. So I'm not going to do any warships right now. That's going to be the extent of where I'm at. If you have questions, comments about warships, do hit me up. Otherwise, I am just going to fly through my accounts, hit all the operations, collect some supply chests, and let you know what I've been up to. So do check the chapters. It's War Factory. I guess we can start out with War Factory. That seems fairly appropriate. I don't even know what day of the week it is. War Factory solo looks fairly straightforward, except for the fact that that sky shield's in a cruddy spot. So I am going to drop... can we use bullet? I'm going to use brick. Hopefully we've got enough GBE. Probably fail, but you know what? Doesn't matter. You saw how long I scouted for. About 12 seconds. We're just going to do this like an operation attack. We're going to drop Mr. Bombardier over here. Almost forgot what they're called somehow, some way. We're going to clear these mines with 1 artillery, and walking through that sky shield is going to be problematic. Maybe I'm just going to go a little bit farther back than the normal path and then curve our way in, hockey stick style. We'll find out here momentarily. Now, Bombardier's clearing GBE as it gives me a second to let you know what's going on. So for those of you who are new to the channel or maybe don't follow my life extensively, I've got 3 kids. All 3 kids are in overnight summer camp. Parents out there are rejoicing for me anytime you get 3 kids in one camp overnight. My wife and I had all the time to do all of the things, and let me tell you, that is exactly what we did. We decided to cram in all of the things all at once. Like that, what's that movie called? Everything All at Once, All the Time, or whatever the heck it's called. Ooh, this smoke is going to be super problematic. I'm going to smoke like that, maybe just hoping that I can sneak in somehow, some way, and then we're going to try to get into about there. This is going to be so hokey. So pokey. I didn't realize there was a laser, but look at that. That is pretty darn good as far as getting our troops into where we need them to be. We're going to throw that back there and this over here, and oh gosh, there's so much going on right now. Need a med kit. That is... Oh, I started to count the chickens. Did you see that? Bok. We had the chickens counted, and then the troops got wrecked by the laser. So decent attempt considering there was no scouting done. We can then check the health, 42,000. So we'll call that a solo. People call those solos, where you like, oh, I just soloed War Factory, only sent troops once. That, my friends, is not a solo. Fun attack, not a great attack, but a fun attack. Anytime you can smoke troops underneath the sky shield, I find it to be interesting and or fun. But back to the comment at hand. Need to first of all get that supply chest. As you can see, I've already cleared all the NPCs, not helping myself here, but the wife and I went on a massive tear with no children. Big bike day on Monday, followed by a big bike night on Monday night. And for those of you who don't have any clue what I'm talking about when I say bike night, I mean riding mountain bikes climbing as well, not just bike park. Don't have bike park access at the moment, so lots and lots and lots of climbing, followed by lots and lots and lots of descending. And then finally on, what day would that even be? Tuesday? We hiked in, what was it, like 12 kilometers to the top of a mountain with a lake, and hiked in the middle of nowhere. It was fairly awesome. No cell. Anytime I work in the IT industry, and so anytime I can be without internet service, it's a great time. So that's where we were. No internet, just in the middle of nowhere hiking, and I just threw a med kit or something on top of that stuff, or ran out of gunboat energy. But we're gonna have to get the fingers back. Got some muscle memory, but clearly making some mistakes on GBE usage. And that kind of sums up my warships right now, which is why I'm not showing you any warships. We're gonna go against Zed. I am gonna fully give Zed all the intel and diamonds once we get, you know what, let's send one boat of bombardiers in. Should be able to get Zed's headquarters down without using any troops. By the way, this person's showing that you don't need to be super high level to go above that 480 victory point level. And if you don't know what I'm talking about as far as 480 victory points, once you go above 480, you are into the deep end, like fully into the deep end. Things get way harder at 480 victory points. So if you've been trudging along and you're doing fairly okay, and you're like 470 victory points, and you're like, okay, I'm doing pretty good, everyone's around my level. As soon as you hit 480, you're going to be in the deep end. You're going to be getting people who are XP level 73 on your map. I am letting all of my troops die, giving this person all sorts of intel and diamonds, even though we could have just barraged their headquarters. Zed, keep it up. You are doing great things. Should have dropped an artillery on top of my troops. There we go. Given extra, just to make it very obvious to them that I was trying to help them out. We have got that supply chest now. I can ignore this account for the second and go find something a little bit more fun to do. Just realized that I don't think I've done War Factory with 3 times mode, so we're going to give that a go. I'm just going to click the 3 times button as soon as we've dropped a troop. I don't think there are any grapplers, so there we go. Scorchers should be okay. We're going to go Scorcher, then all of the things, and then just keep 3 times mode going. 3 times mode is insane at the very least of our problems. So, Kavan, of course, has died. All of our troops have died. Now, there's the problem. As soon as your GBE runs out or your troops die, it should kick out of 3 times mode, because we had tons of GBE. I just wasted a huge amount of gold. We will now hopefully have enough gold to reinforce that. Let's see if we've got some gold in our operation boat. Of course we don't. Let's do a quick pause, see if I've got an operation attack here I could pull off. Yes, indeed we do. Let's load all Zookas. Hopefully this Callisto, they've left the Callisto pristine for me. That is beautiful. Thank you very much. Join at own risk. That rocket launcher does not range. That SEMO will potentially be a bit of a problem. This looks fairly straightforward though. Let's go. We got 1 shock. Should I shock bullet here? Kinda, sorta should, but not really. 1 shock. Don't need to shock there. 2 shocks, 3 shocks-ish? Let's just do that. We will jump in, do an operation attack. Now, with Callisto, it's always leave brick till last. I see people drop brick over here. She dies to a boom cannon. You need to cry into your cereal. You're not super duper stoked. So we're going to leave brick behind. Yeah, I mean, this week has been awesome. And this is where I wish in many ways, wish that my channel was a little bit more broad scoped, because we had 30K of hiking past more lakes than I could name, mountain peaks, not a heck of a lot of wildlife, but just awesome. Probably should share some pictures with you, but I didn't prepare for that. So if you want to see some pictures snuck in, like right now, I could show you a picture as we're waiting for the Zookas to clear. Do let me know, but otherwise, I just know that it was a wicked awesome time. I wish you guys were all there, or at least some of you were there. Not everyone. You should have been there. But great time. Great to be offline, disconnect, and all of those sorts of things. My worship attacks, man, came back, got all of my chests at the diamond level, but it was not pretty. That is why I'm not going to show you any warships hits at the moment. My hits were just god awful. 7 engine room changed dramatically. I have not been using Kavan at all. I've been all bullet all season long, and trying to use bullet with laser rangers, not a great idea in my experiences, my limited experiences so far. Need to get some hits, maybe need to watch some hits. I've been trying all season long to just not watch anyone else's hits, but that might be not the answer when you go offline for 3.5 days, or 36 hours. That's what I'm trying to say. Brain not fully functioning yet, as you can tell by the fact that I'm having a hard time turning hours into days. Yeah, holy crow. This is where starting a video without a complete plan, not always the best idea. That is for darn certain, as we try to walk our troops back to there. Really needed that shock mine to go, and those 2 boom mines. We're gonna go 1 and 2. Typically I don't throw the smokes in that order, but oh, I've got enough GBE for 4 shocks. That's okay. So we are going to shock all of the things in important order. 1, 2, oh, did I say 3 there? And then some critters there, just to get those bottom rocket launchers not wrecking all of our troops. Should have thrown the critters first, but for some reason I thought I had 4 shocks when I didn't. Down goes the core. Easy op. Easy hit. Callisto with nothing on the sides or the back just makes for an easy hit with brick. Saves a bunch of flares. Don't have to do the wrap. And by the way, you can wrap a machine gun. That was one discussion on our Discord recently, trying to figure out if you could wrap a machine gun. Can't wrap a flamethrower, but you can, of course, wrap a machine gun and a mortar. So we are going to just continue to go through all of the chores that I have been neglecting. Sculptor is one that I just have almost given up on. I've trying to keep my sculptor working is just not really a thing. Once in a while I jump in here, try to keep whatever the heck's going to give me powder going the fastest, claiming those once in a while, trying to get diamonds off there. I really do think that I need to just put a couple counts on mothballs though, because this is just too much. Oh man, just jumped into this op, and I'm going to show you how never, ever to do maze. I saw this count, 119, and I thought, oh, maze is ready to get hit. Whoever did this did not do a good job. I'm not going to look at the list. I'm not going to show you who did it, but this is not one of my task forces. This is one where I am a guest member, and this is just absolutely screwed. They ate every single one of the cells, and nothing has been done. They've gotten a couple defenses. This is rough. I am not going anywhere near that maze. That is a dumpster fire that I want nothing to do with. Equally, I don't know what's happening here. We need to find an op hit to do here, because I want to help, but this is just gross. Okay, so mines are not cleared. Walking paths are not cleared. I don't have the GBE to smoke to the back of that one. This is just bad news. I think I'm just going to walk away from this dumpster fire at the moment, and maybe we'll come back and do something, because that's going to be 5 shocks. Don't have the GBE for that. These mines have not been cleared. I'm just doing nothing. This is an ugly op. There is 8 hours left and 13 hits. I'll wait a little bit, because anything I do is not going to be helpful at the moment. Always super important to check in on your ops. See if you can, especially if you have limited statues like I do. I'll show you my statues in this account in a second, but for now we're just going to try to get some intel for this task force, because that's going to be a complete and utter... I think this op is likely going to be failed. Let's go 1, 2, 3 back here. That should free up back here. 1 and 2. This person has terrible statues. do need to throw the couple artillery. Are we going to have enough GBE? I don't want to give this person a defend. We're just going to drop all of that stuff there, hoping that nothing turns around. Shock launchers did not turn. Easy, easy, free takedown for us. We'll shock back here just in case, just to speed up our troops a little bit. Our troops being, of course, those critters behind the core. So if you have limited statues, like I think I only have 2 GBE statues, so I check in all the time to see where I can hit, when I can hit, and when I jump in and I've been away for 2.5 days, 1.5 days, whatever it was, you're pretty limited as far as where you can be helpful when maze, for example, has already been ruined. That maze is, I'll be amazed, oh god, if this op goes down. This is where we need 3 times mode. I'm just going to pause here because I don't care about this. As we jump back in, trying to see if we've got that supply chest. Did we take that base down? Yes. Did we get our supply chest details? No. So force quitting, still not fixed, sadly. Need to do one more hit. Just want to get that supply chest. Need to get that supply chest. Let's go something like this. Clearing all of the mines, getting Bullet and the gang up to there. Something like this. Now, do our Zookas keep walking? They do keep walking. That bug is fixed. I assume that's also what was wrong with Everspark. Getting our troops walking after getting hit by a shock blaster is amazing. Trying not to say maze anymore because I'm getting PTSD from looking at that maze. Ugh, gross. Anyways, we're gonna get our sea critters into there. Bullet is doing no purpose for us whatsoever. All we're gonna do is walk our troops in and blow this puppy up with a shock there and a shock there, maybe. All things going well. Bullet did nothing for us except for maybe save us like 1 or 2 Zookas that would have been saved by Brick's battle orders anyways. And now we're going to get 4 victory points for 1 attack. And for those of you who are looking at this account saying, you're at 350 victory points, you are a noob. I'm at 306 victory points, and that's what happens when you have multiple accounts. You just can't attack all of them all the time. Okay, on to a non-moose YT YouTube. What can we do here? Manticore is my nemesis. Maybe we should do that just because I always fail it. Someone has cleared something. I'm guessing that was either probably a Simo. We can walk a weird walk up this right wall to save ourselves some gunboat energy. Then it's still going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 shocks. I always fail on these shocks. It's going to be like, let's just see where the heck these shocks even are. Drawing it more for myself than anyone else. 1 shock about there. 1 shock about there. Like, this is why I always fail. And then it's going to be like here and here. 4 shocks with many opportunities to miss a shock. I suck at Manticore. There are 7 hits left. Maybe I could do something a little bit more useful for the task force. Oh boy. What does that say? 3 shocks from 12. This should be 2 shocks. 1. Man, this is a weird way to do it. This is not how I would have done it. But it is done now, so we'll just carry on and do what the heck they've been doing. What I would do is mark that back rocket launcher. Zookas will then flash kill it, and then you only have 1 shock here and then 1 shock here. Should be 2 shocks, but we will do it with 3 just because that's the way they've done it. Let's get going. We'll finish this puppy off. Not the most difficult op hit, but based on how my skills have been going lately, I've been throwing smokes instead of medkits. I've been throwing flares instead of shocks. Need to get that muscle memory back in action. Muscle memory fell a little bit asleep, I guess you could say. We're going to wait a little bit longer than normal. Normally when you drop Brick when she passes that yellow line, we are going to leave a little bit late. Getting those Zookas into the kill zone eventually. And then let's throw that extra flare now just because we can. Hopefully Brick doesn't hit one of those boom mines. I'm sure someone's going to hit a boom mine just because that's what they like to do. And then just need our Zookas not to hit all of those 1, 2, 3 into the final kill zone. Should be good here. I'm going to use 4 shocks because why the heck not? Only need to use 3. We're going to get an extra flare back into there, and then we're going to go like, actually, you know what? We'll just go like this. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of time because we had the delay. The delay is so important. All of you know this always, but that is exactly why. Didn't have to shock those rocket launchers. The core went down before our shocks even landed. Phobos is done like dinner. Let's skip on to something else. Doubt we can get our supply chest here because this account, I am terrible at clearing NPCs on all of my accounts. How I have not been kicked from this task force, I don't know. Parents, you need to tell me to do better. 26 days without clearing NPCs is we're at 27 days. How far back can we go? Okay, so I've cleared them in the last 30 days. That is gross. Gross, gross, gross. We'll try and do one more up hit just because why the heck not? Okay, last but not least, and this video has been completely and utterly scattered. So thank you for those of you who made it all the way through. We are going to load Miss Everspark. As you can see, I've upgraded her explosive charge because why the heck not? We've got hero tokens coming out the wazoo. Let's get into Dioxin. There are 12 attacks left. This task force is Junior 9. 12 attacks with Axiom. All you have to do is fart on the... Let's see what a fart... Let's see how much damage that FC believes a fart can do. Let's see. 14,000 damage. That is a serious... Oh no. I think I just saw Critter Swarm on Everspark. Please tell me that's not the case. No, okay, thank goodness. Okay, so we're gonna get Everspark. Double hacking does not work. Double hacking is broken, so we're just gonna get her right about there. She's gonna hit that shock mine the second she throws that universal remote, so we are gonna shock her on our own just to make sure that she stays alive. I think she is still shocked by the way she is glowing all blue-like. So we are gonna get her next hack out. We're gonna get this smoke right here ready to go. It's close to the beach, can throw it super late. Throwing that double hack did not work, of course. Need a med kit. God, I suck. So many mistakes have been made. So now I suppose we need to make this somewhat better. We're gonna get all of our Zookas right about there. God, this is going to be awful. Okay, Zookas are there. And now we don't have enough GBE for a shock and a flare. So we are in a world of problems. Need to get that building down and then flare onto there. This is awful, 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 awful. Not going well. I told you things were going to go poorly. So making all of the mistakes, we're just going to let all our troops die because it's time for that to happen. I'm going to end the video right about there. How are my skills at the moment? Not great, but I do pledge I'll get them back to decent for tomorrow. Tomorrow they will be great. Thank you for those of you who came in for a quick catch up. Not great. On the plus side, though, many, many great things happened outside of Boom Beach. It is summertime here, enjoying it to the fullest. Hope you guys are doing the same thing, regardless of where you're at. I know some people have commented and said it's like 40 degrees Celsius where they are. Hopefully that is not you, but if it is, hopefully your air conditioning's working well. Also, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Peace.